Hi, folks. This is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report. You know, one of the things that is constantly being revealed to me is that you can take any bait that you want. When I say baits, usually I'm talking about artificials because we call artificial baits. But any soft plastic lure that is made today and you want to fish with it, that lure will, how it looks in the water will be dependent on how you hook it. Number one, the style of the hook that you choose. Number two, the size of it. There's just so many factors. But the difference is astounding. Let's just take an example. Let's say we're taking a 3 or 4 inch soft plastic minnow-looking bait, a paddle tail or whatever. It doesn't matter what the tail is on it, okay? Now, if you lip hook it, in other words, if you take a little hook and run it just through the lip of that bait, the bait's hardly being interfered with at all. So when you put that in the water, and this is how most drop shot fishermen hook on their drop shot bait, any little quiver of water is going to make that bait move. All right, now let's take another way of hooking it. You may want to hook it Texas rig. That's what they call it, where you take a single hook, you run it through the lip, and then you run it back through the stomach and up through the back of the bait. This causes the bait, hopefully, to still go through the water straight, but it sort of hides your hook. Your hook is buried in it. But it's not going to quiver the same. It's not going to be presented the same as it was if you lip hooked it. Now, another example is that you could put it on a jig head. This will allow you to cast it farther. It'll allow it to sink down, but it's going to give it an entirely different look. And then finally, you can wacky rig it. In other words, you can take the hook and run it right through the middle of the bait. And this will cause each end of the bait to sort of move upward in almost like a U in the water. If you picture the letter U, it causes both ends to come up and sort of meet, and it gives it a totally different look. And so each way is going to make the fish think it's something different. Will the fish like or dislike what they see? But it's so much is dependent on the type of hooks and how you use those hooks in attaching the bait. And we take that for granted. You know, again, going back, and you're sick of hearing me say, but going back years and years ago, fishing was so different. You just got a bunch of snelled hooks, or you got a bunch of hooks. There wasn't the incredible technology that there is now into hook design, in hook materials, and hook sharpness, and angles, and so forth. You just got a hook. You hooked your bait on it. Maybe you balled it up or something. It was so much simpler. But boy, again, as I tell you these different things, I don't see how the fish stand a chance. I mean, we have such an advantage over the fish in most cases, except the fish are in their own world and we're the intruders. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report.